This is Nadine with DIY Sweets. Today I'm going to show you how to make a chocolate raspberry mousse. It is so good and it's way under 100 calories. So it's a luscious dessert that you can enjoy without any guilt. I've already started by turning the heat on to the water and bringing it to a boil. It has started boiling, so we're going to go over and show you what we need to do now that we have the water boiling. So the water is boiling in this pan, and I'm just going to put this large bowl on top of the water. Now the water is not touching the bottom of the bowl, but it is going to cause the bowl to heat up. Because of that, I am going to want to wear this glove so that as I'm touching the bowl, I don't burn my hand. In this bowl, we are going to combine the egg yolks, the milk, a little bit of Truvia, the raspberry extract, and the salt. Now I'm just going to whisk this until all of that Truvia dissolves. And it should take about 2 minutes to get this to dissolve. I want to make sure I'm whisking it the whole time. As you start to look at it, you'll start to notice there's not really a lot of white flecks in it anymore. There's still a tiny bit, so I'm still going to whisk it. But we are starting to lose all of those little white flecks that was the Truvia or the sweetener. So that's what we're trying to do, is to get it hot enough that that dissolves in. We're going to take that off the heat. We're going to turn that off. We're now ready to get the chocolate ready. To do that, I'm going to take this light butter spread and I'm going to melt it really quickly in the microwave. As soon as it is melted, we will combine it with the cocoa and the Truvia to make it a smooth, chocolatey paste or sauce. Now that this is melted, I'm going to dump that into the chocolate, and I'm going to dump the Truvia into the chocolate, and I'm just going to whisk it till it's all smooth. As I said, it was going to become like which is what we're getting here. Now that I have the egg yolks ready and the chocolate ready, I'm going to mix them together. So these are the egg yolks, and I'm just going to scrape that chocolate into the egg yolks. And whisk these together. And because the egg yolks was very liquidy, as I whisk them together, our chocolate's going to become less of a paste and more of a sauce. And that's what we're looking for. This is the part of our mousse that's going to have all of the flavor. The other part of the mousse is going to be the egg whites with just a teeny bit of Truvia and some vanilla that's going to give it the volume. Because we're going to make like a meringue with the egg whites. But first I want to get this all mixed in. As you can see, this is a pretty smooth chocolate sauce now. So we're just going to set that aside. We're now ready to bring out my big stand mixer and the whisk attachment and make some meringue. Into this bowl, I'm going to dump my 4 egg whites, and then going to lift this up, and as you look, the beater's just barely into the stuff, so I'm ready to just beat it, and I turn this on. I'm going to whisk this until it forms soft peaks. At that point, we'll be ready to add the rest of the Truvia and the vanilla. Okay, this has been beaten for just a few minutes, and when I bring that down and lift that like that, you can see it is forming. Notice in there that is a soft peak. So now what I want to do is I want to add my Truvia, and I want to add my vanilla. And I'm going to now continue whisking this until it is a nice stiff peak, but it still has some gloss to it. So you notice that is really a firm peak, and it still has some shine to it. We're ready now to combine that chocolate raspberry sauce and the meringue. So I want to try to figure out what 1/4 of this is, and I'm just going to eyeball it, putting about 1/4 of this in. And I'm going to whisk this. I want to whisk this into that chocolate sauce. So I whisked the first 1/4 of the meringue in. Now for the other, I'm going to gently fold it in. This helped to bring that sauce down to room temperature and to get the eggs all mixed in with the meringue. The rest, we just want to lighten this up, and so we're going to fold it in carefully. So now I want to scrape all the rest of this out of my bowl and into the other bowl. And with my rubber spatula, I'm just going to fold that chocolate up in to the meringue. I want it to be nice and soft and rich when we're done. So we're just going to keep folding it until it's all one color and all of that chocolate is mixed in with the meringue. And we're getting there. It's not there yet. Notice this is a very gentle stir coming from the bottom up to the top. And the color, the chocolate is lightened up quite a bit because of all of that meringue. We're just going to keep folding it in. It's almost completely folded in. There's still a little bit, but we're getting there. We're starting to see less and less of the white and more of that solid chocolate color. As I said, we do want to do it till all of the white is mixed in and it's nice and smooth. As you can see, as I go like this, you don't, there's a little bit, let's just do a little bit more. Now it is very smooth. The recipe says that this makes 6 servings. So I'm wanting this to be 6 cups. These cups are about, when I measured them, if I were to fill them all the way to the top, that would be about 3/4 cup. I don't know, depending on your serving, really is going to decide how much you get from it. But I'm not thinking I want to fill it all the way up to the top. I'm thinking I'd rather fill it more like that and like this one. So it's not quite all the way to the top. But we'll see, because we do want to get 6 servings from it. If we're able to get the 6 servings from it, then this dessert is only 64 calories. If we get less than 6, then we'd have to adjust how many calories it is. And this is actually looking like these must be much bigger than what they're expecting, because I'm thinking I'm only going to get 5 from this. So I'll let you know in my blog just how many calories, and in the recipe I will let you know how many calories this is if you're only getting 5. It's going to be more, still going to be under 100. It's going to be more like 75 to 80 calories. Which is still very much a light and fluffy dessert. So as you can see, I was able to get 5 from that recipe. So it'd be just the right amount if you were having a nice quiet evening dinner without a whole lot left over. I'm going to put these in the fridge and I'm going to let them set up for a couple of hours. After they've set up, we're going to garnish them with just a little bit of chocolate shavings and with the raspberry on top so that people will know they are raspberry chocolate mousse. So I'll show you how to do that after this is set up for a couple of hours. The chocolate raspberry mousse has now sat in the fridge for about 2 hours. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to garnish it before serving it. So here's our mousses. I'm going to take this block of chocolate and I'm just going to use a potato peeler and I'm just going to use that to get some chocolate curls on the chocolate mousse. And then I'm going to take this raspberry and just stick it in the center. And that's all I do to garnish it. Again, I just try to get this as close to over the bowl so it'll go in the container. And I want to do it with all of them. The longer the curls, the better. But whatever the length, it'll be okay. And then once I have that, again, I just stick a raspberry on top of each one. This is Nadine with DIY Sweets, and here is our chocolate raspberry mousse. Oh, under 100 calories at about 77 calories. Enjoy some today.